Good morning. I'd like to first off introduce myself. I'm Nick. I'd like to thank the Mineral Resource Review for selecting us to do a talk here today about our Hopedale project. It's a district scale gold project and critical metals opportunity in Labrador. Oh, this thing's not working. I'll just give you guys a chance to read this, I guess. So the Hopedale project, as I said, it's a district scale project. Covers the majority of the Florence Lake Greenstone belt. Our exploration has outlined multiple trends of precious metals and base metals. The east side of the property on Ujitook Bay is 30 kilometers southwest of the Hopedale community, and that's on tidewater. So that gives us a great ability to barge in supplies for significant cost savings versus by air. And there's daily air service to the community there of Hopedale. The clicker's not working again. Oh. And yeah, as Hamish said, it's in the Hopedale block. It's an Archean area, and the block includes two green schist to amphibole facies volcanic belts that are enveloped by Archean age granitoid plutons and orthogneiss. And something of note here that I wanted to point out was the Ujitook shear zone is proximal to the Florence Lake Greenstone belt. Man, this thing's not working. There we go. So this is an outline of our property, 6 licenses that cover the 43 kilometers. It's a terribly underexplored district by comparison to other greenstone belts worldwide. It's got potential for copper, nickel, and zinc in addition to gold. And as you guys know, greenstone belts are known to be prolific hosts of gold worldwide. So this is kind of like the timeline at the Hopedale project. So initial reconnaissance work was done in 2017 that outlined a couple of key areas that were followed up in 2018, which ended up outlining the 3-kilometer gold trend in the north of the property, the Thurber Gold Trend. And that led to the discovery of the TD500 mineral occurrence, which was discovered to have very high-grade gold in 2022 through our channel sampling program, which I'll show a slide on later, and some high-grade copper at the Kapuk showing. And then we, in 2023, discovered the fire ant zone and identified some key trends of nickel and in rock and soil through Rusty Ridge and Last Resort. And then this past summer, we identified high-grade gold at Thurber North and extended the fire ant zone to an area of 250 by 270 meters. So this is some highlights of the property. As you can see, there's quite a bit of anomalous gold and soils on the property, and we've identified 12 significant mineral occurrences reflecting multiple different styles of mineralization. The orogenic gold occurrences in the top of the property in the north, and as well at the fire ant zone in the south. Then we've got some copper-silver veins at Kapuk and zinc-rich VMS target at Jasmine, as well as some new stringer zones in the south of Stonefly. So this is a map showing our northern Thurber license. So it's got a 3-kilometer strike length in gold. And there's 5 significant occurrences, including Thurber North at 32 grams, and TD 500 at 21. As you can see, it's a pretty continuous 3-kilometer trend with a potential extension now that we're working on at Thurber boundary, and that could be a 1.5-kilometer extension onto that zone. And then the significant copper at the Kapik there, some veins there that contain significant copper and silver. And from observations we've made, there's a lot of very similar alteration styles up there in this area to stuff that is seen in the Abitibi. So here's some highlights from our channel sampling at TD 500. It's quite an extensive quartz vein corridor with extensive shear, and you can see we got some pretty decent grades over some good widths there. This thing's not working. And we did some channel sampling at the Kapik as well, following up on our high-grade grab samples. Gotta love technology.
Still not working. There you go. Thanks.
Oh, we skipped to a lot of slides here. Yeah, so this is a recent discovery, newly discovered in quartz veining and some gossinous felsic rocks along the contact with the ultramafic rocks in the south of the property. So we got high-grade gold up to 106 grams in grab sample and 20 grams silver. This is a fairly new discovery that we've been working on over the last year. And you can see some of the photos there, some of the veins that you can see in this area, very proximal to our nickel target at Rusty Ridge. And the lake sediments there show a continuation of this trend all the way up that claim block as well. And yeah, I'll touch on Rusty Ridge in last resort. So we have some very anomalous nickel in soil and rock values up to 0.3% nickel. And we also have this significant mag high here in the south that corresponds with what we've currently mapped as a peridotite. And you can see an outline of Rusty Ridge there. So that's an ongoing work we're doing there. And then the Jasmine is a zinc and copper target. We recently did some ground EM over this past season, and the modeling has shown 3 conductive trends there. One of those corresponds with the semi-massive to massive sulfides that we see at surface, and it corresponds very nicely with our copper and zinc in soil geochemistry. And we've got that traced over a 1.5-kilometer zone now. And the 2 additional conductors correlate very nicely with the BP survey done in 1982. And we need to do some more follow-up to determine what those conductors mean and possible surface expression on those. And I'm working on updated geology right now. We did some detailed mapping over our major targets, and that's including an ongoing research paper I'm doing at Laurentian University on the Thurber Gold Trend geology. So this is a very preliminary map there, and we're working with that and combined with our structural interpretation from SRK to delineate the property geology a little bit better. The key takeaways over the last few years, finding multiple mineral occurrences of different styles and significant potential for further discovery. This project has just barely scratched the surface, and I think there's a lot more potential up there to be found. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Sorry, I got thrown off a bit by this. So, yeah.